Alright, today on the Colnago I'm going to have a look at this dropout adjuster here, and apparently it's to align, so you can adjust the alignment from the derailleur to the axle. And I don't know what the difference is between having the axle here and back here a bit, because I'm going to take this thing out and on the other side and just see how it looks and see if it works. I'm trying to get a bit more clearance between the tyre and the frame, so I can put 25mm tyres on. I'll show you these two. That's the other side. Now, another reason these things exist apparently is because older frames weren't very accurately made, and you needed to adjust these dropout adjusters to make the wheel central in between the forks. So this one's a little bit closer on this side, so you'd wind this one in to move the wheel that way a bit. So I'll also have a look to see, when I take them out, where the wheel sits. You can see some evidence where the wheel has come out of the dropout because of the tension of the chain, and it's dragged the whole thing forward and the wheel's been rubbing on the frame. And that's partly caused probably because the skewer wasn't done up tight enough, or there's not enough grip on this nut thing, but also because there's not as much surface area. When I got this bike, this axle was even further forward, and so the surface area of grabbing the nut on the frame was a lot lower than it is now. But I'll be happier if that thing's right back in there. So I'll do that and see how it goes. And you can see here, that's the rubbing I was talking about. So over the years, it looks like a few times the wheels come out a bit of the dropout, and the tyre's been rubbing on the frame. It's actually worn a bit of a groove in it. So this is the inside of the dropout adjuster. And a little Allen head screw. You can see this one actually turns by hand. So I think this thing here just unscrews, and then the whole thing comes out. So I'll wind this in a bit, and then I'll try and grab that end bit, these pointy nose pliers, and then wind it out and see if I can undo that little knob thing on the end. It looks like it's working so far. There we go. That surface there is what was pushing up against the axle to keep it in position. So I don't lose the knob or the spring, put that back on there. Same on the other side. It's a bit harder to turn. Let's strip the inside of the Allen keys. That's not good. Which comes off alright. That's a positive. These things are great for this sort of thing. Just lock it on there and twist it out. Alright, that back on the end. Now for the moment of truth, let's put the wheel back in and see where it sits. So that to me doesn't look too bad. I mean, I don't know what the rule is, or in terms of the axle in relation to the derailleur. I might have to Google that, but we'll have a look at some bikes which don't have an adjustable, you know, with vertical dropouts, and to see how it looks. I don't know. Never really paid much attention to that, but I don't know, it looks alright. In terms of the wheel alignment, I mean, the gap on this side, it looks about 6-7mm, and the gap on this side very similar, maybe a fraction bigger. I don't think it will matter. I'm happy with that so far, and of course the clearance here is bigger, which is one of the things I wanted to achieve. Now, interesting point, always remember to do that. Because if I take it for a quick test ride and go down the hill, and I've left that up, my brakes might work too good. Now what I think I'll do is change the tyres from these, what are they, 23mm tyres with almost no grip. Yeah, they're alright on this nice smooth road, but I'll take the wheels off and change them and put the 25mm tyres on. Instructions. Trouble with box tyres, they're all messed up. Like this. Like a snake on a hot day. Oh, there we go. Rotation. That way. Hard to get on. Right, so now we'll see if it goes on with the tyre pumped up, or whether it doesn't. It's just enough clearance. So here, the tyre up against it, it just clears. The axle just gets over this lip. Obviously the front one's somewhat easier to get out. There you go. This wobbly old tyre. One day I might try and go make these tubeless. There we go. One side on. There we go. Air out. And I'll try and make sure the tyre's all sitting low in the beat and the rim. Got it. It's a bit harder than the last one. Anyway, he's done. He's good. Nobody gets dropped because their valve stem is half an inch too long. Just spin. Yeah, good quality tyres usually seat pretty well. It's some of the cheaper ones that can not sit properly and have flat spots in the tyre. Well, that's it for today, I think. I'll go for a ride later on. See how it goes. A little bit bigger tyres. Axle sitting right back in the dropouts, which so far I think is a good thing. Open to hear otherwise. Can't imagine they put those things in for nothing, but I cannot think that they might be a bit of a legacy thing, that when frames were made, you know, not so much as accurately as they are now, that they were to adjust the wheel to keep it central in the forks. I don't really see the benefit of being able to move the axle backwards and forwards in relation to the derailleur. Maybe in relation to the wheelbase. Some people like a shorter wheelbase. It's not going to make any difference for me. Certainly not what you're going to get 10 millimeters or something. But probably not even that, 6 or 7. Anyway, that's it. All this rubbish someone left around. Bloody hell. Found the perfect spot for old tyres. Look at that. That's art. I'll probably get an award for that.